Poor Roadhog, he can't catch a break. As we see this here, this is him throwing out his hook on both Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2. We'll go ahead and show this one more time, and you're going to notice the cooldown started a little bit differently on each of these. It started in Overwatch 1 as soon as he threw the hook. It started in Overwatch 2 once he'd reeled in the target. Now, that does technically mean that in Overwatch 2, if you got stunned when you threw your hook there, but before you reeled in the target, like the Ana slept you, that's a common enough interaction, you would be in a situation where you would have your hook refunded. But it also means you get less total hooks out there if you're not interrupted, because it's an extra second and a half on what you're looking at there for when your cooldown starts, so you don't have it back as quickly. So overall, probably a net nerf that you're looking at least in the Overwatch 2 world where there are less stuns out there to take you out of it. You might also want to be aware that we are seeing reports from some players that people are getting a little more ability to recall, wraith, etc., use some of their movement or invulnerability things to get out of this when they couldn't before. We don't mean you hook them in and then you shoot them and then they wraith and then they survive. We mean they get hooked in and then they're immediately in a nice block before you're able to shoot, not because you were slow, but because or you don't even reel them and you go for the hook and they're able to hook and sort of avoid it. And we've seen some similar things with someone gets javelined into a wall and they're somehow able to recall out of it before they actually hit the wall. So couple things like this, only like 3 to 5 frames that you're talking about, but you might want to keep your eye out for it, or you might have a little bit more counterplay than you're supposed to with stuns on the beta. But that's a thing that happens in betas. If you're enjoying the content, please drop a like, consider subscribing to stay up to date on what's going on in Overwatch 2, get some thought-provoking content like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, Temporal out.